All right, so we're here at the Grand Prix with Mario, Director of Motorsport for Pirelli worldwide. All things with four wheels and tyres. And we're just going to talk about tyres and how important they are in motorsport.
Tires are really important because they are the only part of the car that is touching the ground. So there is a lot of focus on tires, and especially in the last few years where most of the championships are with a sole supplier, the way in which you learn how to use the tire is becoming more and more important. That's why we have a lot of Formula One teams with dedicated engineers to understand and to better use the tire during the sessions and during the race.
And so, really you're talking about a patch about that big that's on the ground.
Yes.
With the downforce and the aero trying to keep it all together and go where the guy wants to steer it, yeah?
Exactly. So what is important is clearly the construction to give you the right force in the direction that you want. For the front tires, clearly is the steering. For the rear, traction is super important in Formula One because with the traction you stress a lot the tire, and then we move to the compound. The track compound is designed to have a certain level of degradation, because with this degradation we can encourage different strategies. That's why at each Formula One event we have a hard compound, medium compound, soft is red with different characteristics. This is more consistent but slower. That is the most aggressive and quicker, but obviously with higher degradation. And these elements are analyzed carefully by the teams to understand which is the quickest strategy on paper.
A lot of people would wonder why have a soft tyre, why have an intermediate, why have a hard? And as you said, more speed, more grip, more wear.
Yeah.
Like harder is longer runs, slower speed, but more sustainable. So
usually between the hard and the soft, obviously it depends on the circuit, we can have between 1 second and in some cases also 2 seconds of lap time difference. So you can understand how difficult it is for them to make the proper plan. During free practice, they collect data, they try to understand which is the limit for each of these three compounds, and then they make a plan for Sunday. But then you have safety car, you have track evolution, we have weather that is changing, so they need to be quick in adapting to changeable condition also.
And when you talk about it in terms of 2 seconds between one tyre to another, like in motorsport, we're all searching for tenths of seconds and splits of seconds.
Exactly.
So big difference. It shows the difference like just a compound can make. And the structure of the tyre is fairly similar through the three.
The structure is the same by regulation.
Yeah.
So if we talk about slick tires, they have the same construction.
Yep.
If we talk about the wet and intermediate tires, because obviously we have also this one that is for full wet condition.
Yeah.
And standing water on track. This one is the intermediate tire. You can use this tire in drying condition and on damp track.
Yep.
You can see different grooves, different tread pattern. This is able to expel 35 liters of water per second at 300 kph. This is able to expel 85 liters.
Okay, so you've changed wheel sizes from 13-inch to 18-inch, and what was the principle behind that for Formula One and Pirelli?
That was an idea of Formula One to have a more modern car with different characteristics. So, and that's very important for us because we use Formula One to transfer technology from race to road. Yes. Our motto is from race to road.
That makes sense.
That is true because we develop materials, we develop geometries, we develop production processes that are coming from Formula One and motorsport in general, and we can transfer them on the road.
Yeah.
And having an 18-inch tire that is very similar to what you have on your
performance car.
Performance car. These allow us also to use a shape, a profile of the tire that is very similar to what you use on the road.
Yeah, okay. And so talking about sustainability on these tyres, you've got this FSC.
Yeah.
So talk us through what that is.
Yeah, this is a certification that the natural rubber that we use in these tires is certified in all the life cycle. FSC is the Forest Stewardship Council, is a third party that came to visit us to check the rubber plantation, to check how we treat the people that are working in these places and all the rest of the life cycle, and they gave us their logo. That for us is really important. We have been the first one to have the 3 stars accreditation with the International Federation. That was the first step. Obviously we have this, but we wanted something more, and for the future we have other ideas. I mean, sustainability is not something you can do from one day to the next. It's a journey, and Formula One has this journey as a priority, and we are involved with Formula One to do that.
Yeah, I think it's a challenge we all face, right? You know, we deal in tyres, we deal in a very wasteful product. You build it, you know, 95% or thereabouts of it is a waste product at the end of life. So I think the challenge we all deal with, how you sustainably source, and then, you know, how you treat disposable at the end, because no one's really got a mainstream, you know, use for end-of-life tyres just yet, but we're all working on trying to find a way to sort of put it back so it doesn't go into landfill and doesn't pollute. So I think in closing, I think the one thing that, you know, most people don't realise is, you know, these guys can build the most amazing engineering and technology, but that one patch we spoke about before, this is what makes it transfer to the ground, So, you know, the importance of the tyres is often forgotten in the, you know, the technology development of the cars is nothing without the ability to sort of drive it through the ground. So, you know, the technology you guys put in those tyres is incredible, and the research and development, as you said, you know, the testing and development is insane. So, you know, it's amazing to be able to sit here and talk to you about the different tyres. People like us, we love tyres. Not everybody loves tyres. All my friends say, how interesting can tyres be? But, you know, to me, they're
not just black and round.
Yeah, they're very exciting.
A lot more.
Yeah, so, you know, there's a few of us that are excited about tyres, eh? So, hey, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you
and thanks for a busy weekend. Thanks for taking the time out to talk to us about your tyres.